Happy Saturday, everybody. So every week I go over one of your guys' picks here. So you guys vote on a poll, tell me which one sounds the best from the Sunday Meta Breakers. And this week, Dino Treasure Hunt won by a landslide. So this deck is a little interesting. It's deciding to run 23 lands. And if you just go off of straight CMC, it should have like 30 because it has a metric ton of top end. And but the whole point here is that we're going to get that top end out for cheap. So we've got Smuggler's Surprise, which can be used for 6 to get everything, 2 creature cards from your hand onto the graveyard, or from your hand on into play. Yep. You can also use it to ensure hitting land drops and milling for 3. And then you can also protect your board for 1 and a green. So pretty good versatility coming from the Smuggler's Surprise. Charming Scoundrel here, I kind of want this to be on 4 Charming Scoundrels because like it really is the only turn 2 play that this deck is doing. And being able to Charming Scoundrel create a treasure token allows us to then skip into doing 4 drops on turn 3. So something to consider is whether or not Charming Scoundrel should be increased. Volcanic Spite is pretty nice because if you do have some of your pieces like Portal to Phyrexia and one with the Multiverse especially, you're not really ever planning to cast these from your hand. You can, but it shouldn't be the plan. So Volcanic Spite allows you to put those back if you have them in your starting hand, and then is also decent removal. Brotherhood's End's really the only answer that this deck has to Mono Red and Boros Convoke, and being able to kind of reset the board against early development. Then we get into the combos. So we've got the Ognis, the Dragon's Lash. Whenever a creature you control with haste attacks, create a tapped treasure token. So Charming Scoundrel gives you an additional treasure token as well. So you can do like turn 2, create a treasure token, turn 3, play this out, sacking the treasure token, and then you get 2 more treasure tokens back the following turn the following combat by attacking with 2. Stimulus Package is in here for some more treasure tokens, but really the whole point of this is to cycle it into one with the Multiverse through Chaotic Transformation. So we'll get to that in a second. Big Score also being able to give us the 2 treasure tokens and then discard something that we're not really wanting to keep in our hand. Roxanne giving us the same kind of ramp. The Meteorites being able to tap for 2 mana as well as dealing 2 damage when they enter the battlefield. It's a nice thing to hit, or nice thing to ramp into. Burn Down the House is another Wrath where we can hit everything for 5 and kind of reset the board if it's gotten out of control. Or we can spawn 5 1/1 Devils that all ping for 1 damage. And then Chaotic Transformation, there's only 2 of, and honestly, I think the one with the Multiverse and the Chaotic Transformation and the Portal to Phyrexia is kind of cute, but similar to the Naya Discover deck, there's a lot of decks that are starting on turn 3 that are trying to do these kind of explosive value plays, right? And this is one of them. And so Chaotic Transformation allows you to sacrifice one of your many treasure tokens, and the only artifact in your deck is Portal to Phyrexia, so it lets you tutor specifically for the Portal to Phyrexia. The other reason why I want the Charming Scoundrel's potential to be up to 4 is because the Chaotic Transformation can turn the Charming Scoundrel from a 1/1 into a random creature in the deck. And then Stimulus Package, if you have it and you play the Chaotic Transformation, you can then cycle the Stimulus Package, ideally, into one with the Multiverse. But because there are 2 of them, you may hit another Stimulus Package. So I have played this deck for a little bit, not too long, and I have yet to actually have the one with the Multiverse actually be relevant. So I think the Stimulus Package and the one with the Multiverse thing, it makes sense with the Chaotic Transformation, but at the same time, I think the Portal to Phyrexia is the stronger bit of the puzzle. Then we also have some just really great top-end threats. So we've got Trumpeting Carnosaur, which discovers into 5 and is also playable on turn 3 as interaction like Volcanic Spite. Kogla and Yodaro also gives us some interaction, being able to fight or just play out as a 7/7 trample haste. And then we've got Atali, which can hit multiple, a 7/7 trample that can hit replace itself when it's played. Just really good if you can hit to 7 mana, which this deck doesn't really struggle to do if it isn't getting run over by Mono Red. And then as far as the lands go, the only thing that we're playing is the slow Gruul land, and so I was wondering how this was going to play, and so far it's been okay. I haven't really felt like we need additional lands, but you could run like Sokensan and a Gonjo, because why not, right? But anyway, I'm going to show you guys my favorite match, maybe a couple. We'll see how it goes, kind of feel it out. and then try to showcase what the deck is doing, and hope you enjoy. Okay, again with the Charming Scoundrel Brotherhood's End situation. Let's start with the Rockfall Veil. Fine. No 1-drops. Not a particularly good hand for the Smuggler's Surprise. We probably use this on... Probably do this on 3 to hopefully dig to something. And then, do I want to play the Charming Scoundrel here for a treasure token and hit for 1? I could also block with it. I guess I try to soak up some damage, sure. Could discard a land instead of creating a treasure token. The whole point of this deck is to create treasure tokens. So hopefully they continue to develop the board here. They did not. They're doing a slick shot show off. This is a problem for the deck. This is a Monstrous Rage. And we're going to take 5 damage. Go to 13. Then I Wrath with Brotherhood's End, and then they play a slick shot show off and kill us. Oh, okay. That's fine. This at least is less damage. And then also less prowess for the slick shot show off. Could do this and replace the treasure. I don't think there's any real reason to do that. I think I just go for Brotherhood's End. And then hopefully they play out the slick shot show off. Don't quite have enough to kill us. And then I can do another Brotherhood's End. Really, they could have just saved the slick shot show off because this deck has no instant speed interaction. They could have saved playing that until they had enough to kill us, or to kill. So still fine. If we do draw into an Atali or something, next turn we can do the Smuggler's Surprise. Lightning Strike, Phoenix Chick, and Kumano. Probably take the Kumano? Yeah. Okay, so hopefully we get one of our busted 8-drops or whatever. And we can Smuggler's Surprise for Agnes. And just more lands, okay. So I think I'm gonna risk them not having a creature. Oh no, they've got the Mishra's Foundry. I guess we don't really need the treasure at this point because we already have the 1. So I guess I just play this out as a blocker. And this is why this deck has so many threats, is games that you don't draw the threats are kind of not great. If we were able to Atali that turn, that would have been nice. But it is blocking the Mishra's Foundry. We might be able to stabilize until we hit a threat here. Okay. Oh, just going for the 1 damage, okay. Alright, well now we've... Excuse me. If this attacks as a tapped treasure token, so we can't use the treasure immediately. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to Smuggler's Surprise. If I do this for 8, you get to mill and then also play for free. So we're going to try to do that next turn. Okay. think I'm going to play the Charming Scoundrel. And then we could create a treasure token, or... Yeah, I think I do want to create a treasure token, because again, having one for the Chaotic Transformation means Phyrexia, Portal to Phyrexia is an out. Could also discard a forest and then draw. But we're just chilling, hoping to not be dead. And then next turn I can Smuggler's Surprise for 8, which allows me to play the Kogla and Yadaro. The question is, are we dead? Okay. I think I get rid of the recurring threat of the Mishra's Foundry. Or maybe I get rid of this and just try to get the bodies down. Because they're already at 4. Oh, Kogla can fight something. So I definitely want to leave the 2/2 to fight. There it is. So we go to 4. And I'm probably just dead. Okay. Come on, Atali or something, please. Okay. Trumpeting Carnosaur is interesting. Roxanne is ramp. I don't think we need ramp at this point. But we'll definitely put these 2 in our hand. And then the 2 creatures onto the battlefield I think should probably be... Well, Roxanne, this would have let me attack in as a 7/7 and swing for 10. Then it's just a question of whether or not they kill us with Slick Shot. Slick Shot's going to kill us either way, right? Guess it'll be these 2. Discover and then fight instead of a 2/2. Yeah. Ah, we hit the Chaotic Transformation. Alright, well, I guess I'll play this out just with a whole bunch of 1/1s. Don't need to nuke the board. And then these aren't blocking anything, so we can swing here. Okay. So we win next turn if they can't kill us. I think they just kill us with a Slick Shot, and that's one of the weaknesses of the deck, is it only has... Oh no, I screwed up! I could have Carnosaured, I could have discarded Carnosaur to kill the Slick Shot show-off. Ah, I forgot about the interaction. So I definitely should have played this and this. Tacked in as a 7/7. Kill the 2/2. Oh wait, they can't do it in that order. I'm gonna put all 3. Okay, I missed a damage there, but I think... Okay, it worked out. But what I definitely screwed up, because I forgot Carnosaur could be instant speed removal. Ha! Okay, got lucky on that one. Made a little punt. Okay, opponent's going first. We have Brotherhood's End. We just have to hit red. Drawing into stuff in this deck can be difficult, though. We have no ramp. So it would be stabilized while we try to hit into, like, single land drops on 23 lands until we hit here. We could use this on 3, though. That could help. Let's try it. Probably a mulligan. If we're up against Boros Convoke, the double Brotherhood's End should be nice if we find red. So right now it looks like Smuggler's Surprise to mill on 3. Brotherhood's End to reset on 4. Unless we draw a red. If I draw a red source, then I Brotherhood's End instead. Well, no Gleeful Demolition into Knight Errant to Eos. So there's hope. Come on, red source off the top, baby. This is 3 to do, right? Yeah. Alright. Instant speed. No reason to do it now, right? And this is... Did we dodge the Knight Errant of Eos again? Okay. There's still chance that Brotherhood's End gets us back into things here. We need to hit a red source off the Smuggler's Surprise. Whew. That was a close one. Sorry, it was saying spree. I was reading, I was like, why is it saying spree? Alright. We can reset the board. They might be able to flash in some Resolute Reinforcements. That's fine. Next turn we have Burn Down the House, which would get rid of Knight Errant of Eos. Okay, Sanguine Evangelist. Okay, Charming Scoundrel's nice too. I think we have to just keep sweeping, because otherwise we're dead, right? I guess I could Brotherhood's End instead of the Chaotic Transformation. And in that case, I do want to play the other red source, so I can also play the Charming Scoundrel to set up the Chaotic Transformation. They're definitely red there. Blow everything up, they get a bat token. Alright. Moment of truth. Do they have hasters? They have Imidane's Recruiter. Don't think I attack here. Probably could, and it would be fine. Haste of the Gateway Express. How dare you? Alright, so we have Kogla and Yadara. We could cycle and get rid of it. I kind of like the idea of getting the Portal to Phyrexia out, though, so that we can start playing like their Sanguine Evangelists and stuff to give us some blockers. And the whole point was to showcase the Chaotic Transformation anyway. So, if we had the Charming Scoundrel alive, we could cycle it into a new creature, but this is the one that I've done the most often. We could cycle their Case of the Gateway Express. I don't think we want to do that. And we can cycle one of our lands, which thins the land, like thins the deck from the land. I think it's okay. Okay. So we cycled a green into a red source. Oh, and they just scooped. Okay, well, that was the whole point, right? We could play Kogla, we could cycle Kogla and destroy the Case of the Gateway Express. We could play it as a 7/7 haster. Once you get the Portal of Phyrexia, it's kind of all over. So, thanks for watching to the end of the video. I'm not going to be doing the 50 match summary anymore. I just don't have enough time to do it, especially if I'm going to start playing around with doing multiple decks a week instead of just one. So, but it still is enough that I can kind of get a vague idea of how the deck did. And personally, I think this one's a little bit of a meme. It's one of those that I'm surprised somebody was able to actually take this to Mythic, but there are a lot of ways to cheese yourself into a lower MMR bracket and such. So, I did play it for an hour and a half and felt pretty... It felt okay, right? It was fun, right? Hitting into a Chaotic Transformation. I kind of showcased a little bit of it in the last game, but it's one of those that, like, you can hit some absolutely just silly turns. Not as silly as the Naya Discover deck that I covered earlier this week, but still silly enough. And yeah, it struggles with the Boros Convoke, even though we have 4 Brotherhood's End and the 2 sweepers with Burn Down the House. Just kind of depends on how that lines up. And I don't think that there's actually enough mana in this deck. I think you could tweak this concept and make it perform better, but as is, it's struggling for me. And I didn't mulligan particularly hard. I don't usually. So it's possible that if you mulligan harder for a to make sure that you have a Brotherhood's End or maybe a Charming Scoundrel, then maybe somebody else could pilot this deck with more success. But as is, the deck just really didn't feel great against Mono Red, didn't feel great against Boros Convoke. Didn't play a whole bunch of Azorius Control, so it might actually do better against a slower deck. So we only played one match, and that one I could see working out better because like this deck does go pretty far, pretty hard for Control to just completely shut down. But then again, it's something that you can shut down if you know what it's trying to do. So, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you like this sort of thing, remember to click like and subscribe. And also, forgot I'm going to be trying this window out a little bit. If you wouldn't mind checking out this video over here, it would help support me. And the video that I'm going to select is the Naya Discover deck, which I think is doing something similar to this, but I felt like it was doing it a little bit better. I didn't play it for as long, so maybe I just got a little bit lucky. And remember to place your vote for the next one on Sunday. I'll be doing my meta review as usual. And take care, everybody. Have a good one.